Okay, we're with Anna, and the question is, Anna was like, where are the keyframes? And there are keyframes, we just need to arrow down the layers. And it's really cool the way that Anna has set up her file. She's kind of just dragging the layers around because basically your slide showing it, right? So that's perfect the way you've got it kind of set up in the time. I do see that you're beyond the 30-second point, so we're going to want to drag these all in because you can't go past 30 seconds. So if you shift
There's a
click,
couple of frames that are too long, and so at the moment I was trying to figure out, you know, which ones can lose some time and which ones need a little extra.
Yeah, we can do that later. I'm just noticing that we'll want to keep inside that. Okay, so you're going to find that place where there's the mouth, right?
Let's see. Clicking on the null at the moment, and I don't want that. Let's see. Is it this one? Oh, no. Let's just go and turn all those off. Okay.
Okay, so that's the mouth. So I want you to arrow that mouth down and arrow the transform down. Okay, so can you grab this and kind of move it up, and we'll make your square up here smaller.
Move this up?
Yeah, that's good. Actually, that will be fine because we're just going to move her mouth. Okay, so this is the mouth right here. Is that right? That's your keyframe because we're on it?
Yep.
Good. Then we're going to, so you have two different mouths, is that right? This is one, and then you have another one that you want to turn on. Is it?
I believe there might actually even be 3.
Okay, and are they in these layers up here, or are they somewhere in these layers?
They should be. Let's see. I can test by turning off. So they're one right on top of the other, looks like.
Okay, so turn. Yeah, so in After Effects, we can't control it by turning on and off. We want to turn it on and off in keyframes with opacity. So click on, let's see, click on opacity. So this is the timer. You're going to turn it on in the actual stopwatch. Click it. And that created a keyframe. You can see there's a keyframe here and there's a keyframe here. That diamond is a keyframe. And if we're at 100% opacity here, and then you take your timeline indicator and you scooch it over to the right, just one stop there, and then take this and scrub it one way or the other till it's 0. Good. When you did that, you made another keyframe and you turned off that mouth. So now I want you to go to this mountain view down here and make it really big. And what you'll see is that you actually want 4 keyframes. So I want you to grab this and drag it over to that spot right there. Good. Now it's right next to each other. So it went from 100 here to 0 here, and that's turning it on and off. So it's a little hard to see because it has all those points around it. But if you scrub your timeline indicator, we should see if it's, yeah, you want to have it on and off.
There we go.
See, you just turn things on and off.
Yeah.
That's the demo that I did today in class. And so that's recorded, but this is how you do it here. And then if you wanted to like turn on and off, you can copy these frames and put them here. So you would drag your mouse over both till they're both blue, or click them both till they're both blue.
Drag over. Oh, okay.
You can drag, yep. And then come like over to here.
And then
click. Yeah, you just want to click. So your timeline indicator's there. You might actually have to take your timeline indicator over. Did you copy already, Anna?
No.
Okay, so go, well, you can still copy. So Command or Control C to copy. And now, because your timeline indicator is in a new spot, if you paste now, it will paste those keyframes. So now it's repeating itself. So you don't always have to build like little loops. You can build it like that.
So that's interesting that between this opacity and this one, it fades in.
Oh, that's where the fade is. You don't want that. You want this one to be right next. And so you're going to grab it and drag it over.
So boop, boop, boop.
And so this is probably where you can have, oh, I know what it needs to be. So it has to be 100 and then 0. and then you can have time, and then you have to have it be 0 again, and then right next to it, it has to be 100.
I'm gonna write that down.
And we're recording this, so there's a video of it. So, but if it's doing that big long fade because it was going from 100 to 50 to 25 to 0. That's where the fade comes in. And so if you want it to just go from 0 and go over time, then you have to have it be 0 and then 100 right next to it with a keyframe.
That makes sense.
Okay, very good. So let me share my screen with you and remind you of these 2 videos that will kind of cover this as well. So this video here with the penguin is the long video, but if you go to the technical guidelines, this one, the animation basics and importing, will go over especially the number 2 video. Well, import from Photoshop, you've already done. Rigging for animation and the basics of keyframing. Basics of keyframing will be towards the end of this one. So, and I see that you have some nulls set up. So you don't need to have it set up that way, but you've already set up your file that way, so it will be fine. But
I think that one was based on this first video. They set up nulls, or you set up nulls with the alligator.
On this one, okay.
I think that was just to like scale everything in together instead of going like bit by bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's looking great though. I'm really proud of you. You have all of that stuff set up in the timeline sequence, right? So now you can start to whittle in and get your mouse to move and start with more keyframes. So awesome. Good job.